guys, what's up? It's Kaya. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be recapping and reviewing All American Season 3, Episode 18, y'all, which this is the last episode before the season finale, which is crazy. International Players Anthem, I Choose You. And, okay, if you see like a little thing spinning around, y'all, I'm so sorry, but it is a fan, and I'm away from home right now. But I still wanted to get this video out. They got planes going, they got the train going, this cars going. I cannot. I apologize. But yeah, let's get into it. So we started this episode with Crenshaw at the butt crack of dawn, which, listen, okay, Jabari this episode, I don't know. They just had to throw somebody else in there, give us a little side story from everything else that was going on. You know, he was upset. He was tight because they had to get up really early and he was in his feels. And my man Billy was tight because y'all not doing enough. And we got this game up in 2 weeks and we done worked this hard to get this far. So what we doing? That was the whole intro. But I was just like, yeah, let's get on to what we know is coming, which is this wedding, Liv and Spencer. Bruh. So then we get Preach and his daughter, which, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit later what's happening and what my thoughts are with this daughter, because something came to me when I saw her later meeting Coop and I was like, oh snap. But right now he's with his daughter, you know, daddy daughter, daddy daycare, whatever. And then Mo comes up. What gets me though is the fact that just a few weeks ago he wasn't trying to hear anything Mo had to say. You know, he wasn't feeling Mo. We out of here. But now he done found out he got a baby with Mo, and he's sitting here letting her give him some pointers basically on how to do business as Coop's manager. And now he's actually listening. Why? Because you done found out you had a baby with this girl. That don't mean nothing. She's still Mo, and you can have this baby and still go about your business, sir. It's just the fact that he's okay now to sit there and have a conversation with her, and he's not just trying to brush her off and go about his business, and now he's actually listening. Man, no. It don't change nothing now that you done got this little kid up in your life. Alright, so then we're at the cafe with Spencer, Coop, and Patience, and yo, our girl. I mean, I wasn't really feeling her before, but she our girl now. Our girl Coop done got her GED. And you know, I was down her for a little bit there, but I'm happy she got her GED. And now she's really focusing on her music. You know, she's focused on it before, y'all. But now she ain't got to worry about school or anything. And she could really put all her efforts and her energy into her music, you know, and get on the road and everything, because she's about to head back to Vegas. So she's showing them all this information because she's excited, you know. She got her new stuff going on, and they want to know what then happened up in Branson between Spencer and Liv. And he was like, oh, you know, we talked about it and we agreed. I was like, we who agreed? Because we didn't agree. We were ready. We thought that they were about to be something. He's like, yeah, we agreed. She's still going through her recovery. Okay, yeah, she going through her recovery, but homegirl, she been good. She been chilling. She been taking things step by step, you know. And she was all there when she was over there making out with you up in Brankston. She didn't even have no drinks to make that happen. And he was like, oh yeah, we basically they're waiting. Nah, we only got one episode left. Y'all gonna give us Bolivia. Yeah, so we got it. I'm jumping ahead. Let me backtrack. So basically, Spencer's a good guy, and this is similar to his situation that he had with Layla, where, you know, she was like, oh, you know, they said the first steps is to make sure you're good after going to rehab and everything with your recovery. And he was like, I'll wait for you, Layla, no matter how long it takes, I'll wait. So now, you know, when it's someone you love, you do whatever it takes to make sure that they're good before you guys proceed with anything else. And now he waiting for Liv, because don't come at me, y'all, that I'm comparing it to, but y'all see, y'all know what I mean. He waiting for Liv to make sure she's good before they take this thing any further, because we don't want them to get together and then they together for like 3 episodes and that's it. Nah, we need them to last like at least a whole season. So she gotta be right. So then he see Preach come up, and Preach wants to talk to Coop because he got things to talk to her about. Not about that kid though. And Spence, he knows something up, and now he don't want to be around that. Patience can tell a little something is up, so she's kind of looking a little, you good? But he just trying to be out because he not trying, that's not his business. So he not trying to put it out there unless he has to. Head cheese setups. And I like the fact that him and Coop are actually able to hang out just as friends now and just work on rebuilding their relationship together. And the fact that they can also hang out with Patience as they're working on their relationship and it's not weird between them. So you can see that they're trying to make progress to get back to what they used to be. And I appreciate that because they're both trying. So we're back with Battle of the Mamas, y'all. And Simone's mama, I told y'all, Simone's mama be killing me. Oh, she be irking me, y'all. Irking me. And she's complaining about the location of their rehearsal dinner. So Mama Laura comes in to save the day once again, which I like the fact that Mama Laura is actually, you know, she wasn't for the wedding at first, which she's still not for it, but it's what her son wants. And, you know, she's spoken to not only him about it, but also to Billy about it. And it's her son's decision at the end of the day, so she's going to be that supportive mama for her child. If this is what you want and this is what you want to do and the choice you want to make, I'm going to support you. And, you know, whatever comes from it, should it be good or bad, you guys decide to stay together, break up, whatever it may be, get this marriage annulled, I'm going to be there every step of the way and do everything that she can to make sure that he's happy at the end of the day, because that's what she wants, is for Jordan to be happy, and she sees that this is what he really wants right now, so she's going to do everything she can to make that happen. I was like, that's a good mama right there. That's a good mom's. Y'all hear this? A mess. Okay, so Simone and Jordan, this is where it starts. So they up in the house, right, going over wedding details. And Simone, homegirl, not looking all the way there. And Jordan, he realizes, he was like, what's up? So she ends up telling him that she has officially decided on Brixton, should she get in, which it's a shoo-in at this point. Auntie's there, tennis coach, she's all for Simone. The girl is getting in. And she's telling him, you know, this is where I'm going to be going for college, and you know, what's going to happen with their marriage. Oh my gosh, it's still going. Yeah, so she is basically a shoo-in to get in, and what's going to happen to their marriage, which this boy Jordan, you know he in love, because he was like, I'll come with you. Even though his heart, I know this boy has had his heart set on going to college in California since he was in diapers. This boy has his heart set on California, and he was just like, drop of a dime. What is it? Drop of a dime, drop of a hat? Either way, he was just like, babe, I love you. I'm in love with you. You're my wife. I'm going to go where you go. Yeah, they have football there. It's not the best program, but he'll make do. And he's going to settle because his woman is there. I'm just looking like, okay, Simone knows what she wants at this point. And Jordan is, this seems like his first legit relationship. And he dove head in, not only was in a serious relationship with this girl, but went on to marry her. So now this is his wife, and something that, you know, he's seen his parents marry this, well, most of this time, and you know what marriage entails, what happened with his parents' marriage and everything like that. So he knows what it is that he wants when it comes to family life, and he wants to hold on to this relationship because he's already gone this far, and he does truly love Simone. But at the same time, you don't give up on your dreams and what you want, so she can still make her dreams and what she wants happen, which is also why Mama Laura was giving them such a hard time, is because you're both so young and you have so much time ahead of you, and you still have so many things you want to accomplish in life, and you getting married is really putting a lot of restrictions on you, in a sense that, okay, yes, you can still try to make those things happen for yourselves, but you're going to try to put your relationship first because you already gone this far. This is my wife now. Had it been just your girlfriend, okay, yeah, we'll try to make the long distance thing work out, but no, this is my wife. So wherever my wife is, that's where I want to be, because we're married, we're one. And I'm just like, boy, y'all are young and you've worked this hard, and you're still working so hard for Spencer to help you get back onto the field, and you're going to give all that up because you're married to her and she's going on to make her dreams and aspirations happen. What are you going to be doing? You try to make something out of football there where you know your heart really isn't there at that school. Simone girl, she ready to move on. You know, she's like, no, you know, are you sure? Because she doesn't want him to give up on everything he's worked for just because she's going after what she wants. And I was like, that's when you know they love you too, and when they're a real woman, because she's not trying to she's not trying to get you to come with her. She wants you to still do what you want to do, but you know, he's over here suggesting that he can go. I mean, yeah, she loves Jordan, but she also doesn't want him to give up on everything that he's worked for and everything that he's working to get back just so he can follow her across country to another school, you know? So that's also why she was so worried. And I'm just like, that's a good girl right there, because she cares enough that she doesn't want you to give up on everything that you've worked for. And why she was so worried to tell him, because this is something big that's going to happen within a relationship. And my girl, she cared about him. And then also, I'm just like, man, he kind of being a sucker, because you don't immediately, he was just like, okay, I'll go with you. Not even giving it no kind of thought. And he's like, you know, he saw how she was at the school over the weekend and how much she loved it and everything and how she seemed to fit in. We saw he didn't feel the same way. He was not fitting in, but he's going to make himself fit in because it's where his woman is going. So that's why he's all gung-ho to just jump on board and follow her over there. But he gonna have to do something, figure something out, which we gonna see. They gonna figure something out. So Coop is once again in her feels because Preach done told her he not gonna be able to make it to Vegas, but he gonna help her find a sub, which, I mean, he been alright as a manager. I don't know how much he been doing, because we also have Layla, who, my girl Layla be doing top tier, top notch. That girl Layla, she be on it. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a lot of this stuff situated before Coop goes to Vegas. So she's just also in her feels because you can tell she knows something is up, because he's not really acting like himself, but he's also not letting too much out because it's Preach. That's how he usually is. But she's not going too much into it. He be seeming like he be punking her sometimes, and she be seeming like she don't be wanting to dig too much in his business because she knows how Preach is. I mean, I told you, I'd be scared of Preach sometimes too, the way he be coming across. She not trying to dig too much in his business, and she need to dig because, girl, he hiding stuff. My man Spencer found out about his mom, man, y'all. It's the principal, and he didn't even know it. Dylan, he was on to it already, though. And he didn't even tell his brother. I was like, y'all don't be talking? You ain't telling me your mama was over here messing around with Principal Carter? I was like, oh, It's because Spence ain't been around like that. He had a lot going on. He's all upset because he didn't find out about Principal Carter and Mama Grace. And y'all remember how Principal Carter was when he first got to Crenshaw. So Spencer, he not feeling it. Why are you dating this dude when he was trying to take down our football team? Mama Grace, she done had a change of heart, and now she just wants Spencer to do the same, which, you know, I was feeling the same way as Spencer up in the beginning. Now look at me. I like him. I mean, he's growing on me. But for the most part, he cool now. He seemed, after that whole drinky drink with Billy up in the school, I like Carter a little bit better now. So now it's the reception dinner, and Layla comes over. Y'all, Layla's entire look for this dinner with the yellow dress and her makeup and her hair, on point. She looks so good. So she comes in and she sees Jordan and Asher in Liv's room, and she's wondering like why they're in there, because Liv about to be tight that y'all up in her room. So Asher ends up bringing up a pact that they made when they were younger about where they were going to college and everything, and that they'll be together into adulthood. And okay, this is what I'm not understanding. When Asher is talking in this moment and Jordan makes a face, you know, it's like a guilty look, basically. This girl Layla, which she noticed Jordan's face. Her and Jordan, y'all, Simone and Jordan are not lasting. So him and Layla, they're about to be a thing, because I could definitely see that happening, and I want it to happen, because she needs somebody good for her. And Jordan, he's such a lovey-dovey person, and he seems to genuinely care for people and everything, which Spencer does as well. But we see Spencer and Layla didn't work out. But Jordan's her guy. So okay, what gets me, I got off track, is the fact that when Asher is talking about, okay, yeah, this pact that we made, and Jordan makes the face, the little guilty face, like something's wrong, Layla notices it. How does she notice the face that he makes? Probably because she knows that's her future boo. How does she notice the face that he makes, but she don't see nothing that's going on with Carrie on her side, and everybody else can see it? Alright, everybody else being Liv, basically. But she don't notice nothing with Carrie. You've been with this girl this entire time. You don't see how shady she is and how she been acting, and that her mama been calling her this whole time. You ain't peeped not one phone call from her mama coming through, but you see a small little face, a small little look that Jordan gives. You notice that? I was like, girl, you gotta be more aware, more alert, because This not adding up. So when they're heading out the room now, and you know, Jordan, he about to head out too, but she stops him because, what's wrong? Something seems off. She was worried. So she was talking to him, and she finds out that he plans on dipping out with Simone up to Brixton, and she was just like, wow, because she knows her future man, and she knows that college has been his dream, you know, in California all his life basically. So things are changing now that you're married. It's all because he's married, y'all. Had he not been married, he wouldn't be doing it. She's just curious and wary of the fact that, okay, you're moving, but why? What's the reason behind you moving? Are you moving for yourself? Or are you moving for someone else? And we all know he's moving for somebody else, and she know that too. That's why she's questioning, you know. But then homegirl gets a call, so she can't finish this conversation with her man, so it's gonna have to wait for later. Alright, so while Mama Laura is downstairs making Simone's mama eat crow, thank goodness, we have Spence and Liv, right? Alright, y'all. Spence know that necklace was already clasped when he grabbed it. He walked up, he was like, I got it. She was smirking at her man, and he went to go grab the little necklace. He had that necklace in his hand for like 1 second before he sat on her neck. He ain't do nothing, but I was like, it's alright, because it worked for the moment, you know. We got the moment. They do the little stares that we get. She turns around and they're talking about Brixton, and he was like, oh, you know, I haven't seen you much since our whole makeout sesh. And he was like, oh, I wanted to check in and I wanted to steal a moment. I was like, come on with the olids, y'all. He wanted to steal a moment, y'all. And she's looking at him, and you could tell, you could feel the chemistry between the two of them, and the fact that they're both resisting the urge to be together now that they've had many moments before, but most recently the Brixton moment. And you know that they're still in love with each other, because the only reason that they're not together right now is because they're both only just working on themselves. So she's telling him, you know, when she went to go grab his little hands, it was like, I'm not avoiding you. I was like, that's right, girl. You reassure your man. You let him know that you want to be with him. But there's been so many other things going on that time wouldn't allow it, and life wouldn't allow it. So y'all can't do it right now, but you've been thinking of him, and you know that moment that y'all had him in Brixton because you initiated it and he accepted it. And I was like, yup, soon come. Simone's downstairs looking like she's sick out of her mind, and she's staring at Jordan as he's talking with the guys, and her dad walks up. I'm just like, all right, her daddy, I'll take the daddy over mama any day, because he's so much nicer. But this man, he's just like, put a smile on your face because you know your mother, yada yada, this is your party, everything. Don't you want to ask more questions and see why it is that she's looking this way? And she's about to get married, so clearly something has to be off for her to be staring off into space with this look on her face. And then she puts the fake smile on. I was like, girl, you got a fake happy daddy, he don't see it. And I'm just like, sir, you gotta do better, because I'm on the outside of the TV and I see it. But I know they wrote it like that for him, so it's alright. Still a double date coming on with Papa Billy, Mama Laura, Mama Grace, and we ain't calling him Papa nothing, Principal Carter. Soon come, y'all. And I feel like, just like the girls' night out and Carter and Billy being up in the school, a double date episode between the four of them, oh my gosh, that would be so good. But that's going to have to be next season, because we only got one episode left, and we got a lot more important storylines that we got to close out. So just so they know, they can put that up in there, because I would love to see that. Yo, hilarious how Asher was trying to let Jordan in on the fact that his parents are basically creeping around and sleeping together, and Jordan has no clue. And then on top of that, the fact that Liv has now caught on and Jordan still had no clue. I'm like, how in the world? Well, I mean, they are like night and day, Liv and Jordan. They're two completely different people. Liv is more aware of situations and pays attention to everything that's going on around her. Whereas Jordan, my guy just be going through the motions. Like he's just there. So it makes sense that he had no clue, and that he still has no clue, because he still was looking at them like deer in headlights. Like, what do you mean they've been sneaking around this whole time? He didn't even realize his woman was about to dip out, and he ain't know. My man Spencer was starting to do a little bit better with the frowning, but now he's back. Okay, So with Spencer and Principal Carter, I get the fact that he wasn't feeling Carter because of how he came into the school and because he wanted to make it a magna and everything. But now he's dating Mama Grace, and you know, he's changed over the last few weeks, especially since he's had that conversation with Billy and everything that's happened since then. Spencer hasn't seen any of that, and Spencer has no idea what Carter is really like. I mean, I say that like we know. I mean, we know a little bit more because we've seen more of him. But he's still going based off of how Carter came into the school and everything Carter really did in the beginning with the football team, their GPA requirement and everything, the funding. So that's what he's going based off of, and he's not seeing the fact that Carter has started to change, and he's just finding out that he's dating his mom. So he all his feels. He's upset. He cranky. Spencer is the one that's getting me upset because you're not giving this man a chance. He's starting to change, and he don't see that. He's just going based off of who he knew Carter to be. And Carter, my man's trying to talk to him. He trying to let him know, yeah, I'm with your mama, but you know, the me you saw back then, that's not who I really am. And I've been trying to change that if you just give me a chance. And Spencer, he talking reckless right now. And I was just like, bro, that shit elder. You don't talk to him like that. And then even Billy come over, and then he talking to Billy a little bit crazy because he feel like he's the only one who's trying to do something for Crenshaw, when in reality, you're not the only one. This whole entire team is trying to win the championship. Billy, you saw Billy up in your practice this morning. He cares. And Spencer, he's just all in his feels because he has a lot riding on this. He don't got his girl right now. They had a moment where it was just a taste of what they could have, and they don't got it right now. And now he done found out his mama is dating a principal who is trying to come at his football program. I mean, yeah, when you list it all out there, it's a lot that he got taken, but at the same time, you could deal with that. Sir, all of that are things that you can change, and snap of the finger, you can change all of those. You want Liv? Liv is right there. You was just in the same room as her. You can go and get her right now. If you tell her you want her right now, she would wholeheartedly go for it with you, because she's not gonna deny this relationship a second time when you're both putting it out there. You and your mom, if you just sat there and heard Carter out, you would understand where he's coming from, and ultimately hearing where he's coming from, what made your mama fall for him, and why Billy is now giving him a chance. You know, like, you sat here and worked things out finally with Coop. You need to open your heart up to other things, but he's not trying to hear it right now. We get another catch up between Coop and Spence, and we find out that homegirl Lele, you see, she be making things happen because she care about people. So she ends up moving up her finals so that way she can go to Vegas with Coop, which I was like, yes, girl, that's how you do business, and that's how you manage your artists. Because, I mean, preach. Coop and Spence are talking, and she's still upset because Preach isn't coming with her to Vegas, to which she says that she also knows that he's hiding something from her. Layla needs to catch on. You see how quick Coop was like, something not right. That's how Layla needs to be. So Spencer ends up telling her, you know what? I think I know why he not trying to go to Vegas. And you know, Coop is all ears for that because, yo, we back good again, and you giving me secrets. You know what's up? And he won't tell her because that's his girl now. So he gotta let her know. Because so Layla's up in the studio, and this girl Carrie, I was like, oh, we're gonna get an episode without Carrie? Nah. Carrie shows up, and she was like, oh, I got your outfit for you, blah blah blah. Girl, no one asked you to do all that. So she finds out from Layla that Layla's going to Vegas with Coop, and you know, she's gonna be there to support because Coop is her artist. This girl Carrie, oh, they just take advantage of you. Why would you do that? They don't put you first. You need to put yourself first because they don't care. I care about you. This girl is psychotic. And you know what I'm liking though? In this moment, you can see Layla, she was looking a little sus. She was like, because she knows something not right. She could tell this girl's a little too gung-ho on going with her to Vegas now. Talking about, oh, let me come with you. You know, I could be a little roadie. No, she don't need nobody. She got Coop, man. So she's like, oh, let me come. I'll be there with you, yada, yada. Layla, she's looking because, okay, this girl's a little obsessive. You know, she's picking up my clothes for me. She's telling me how I shouldn't be there for my artists because they're taking advantage of me. How is that taking advantage of me when it's my artist? I made this opportunity happen for her. This is what I want to do. This is my career and something that I love. How does that make it make sense? And Carrie, she not doing that. She ain't making no sense. And Layla sees it. So she is staring at her very dumbfounded right now. And she's just like, okay, you know what? I gotta head out or whatever. And this girl, Carrie, I'm just like, yo. It's about time Layla start catching on because this has been lasting too long, y'all. This girl, Carrie, gotta go. Or let's find out. Well, we know she's crazy, but let's find out just how crazy she is. And let something come from it. Because at this point, I'm tired of seeing Layla be so, I don't want to say dumb. She not dumb. Yeah, I'm tired of her being so dumb and not realizing that this girl is not only trying to use her, but control her and keep her for herself. Who does that? So Spencer and Jabari had a little bromance moment. Yep, they had a bromance moment. It was nice. So then we have Coop and Preach, and she ends up coming up to him. Girl, she didn't even try to beat around the bush. She was like, what's her name? I said, she just gonna go for it, y'all. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, bro, you lying. So she was like, your daughter, let him know. I know you've been lying to me. I know you got a child out here, and I know it's with Mo. But she ain't telling who told her. I was like, that's loyalty right there. She ain't even snitch. So they end up talking for a little bit, and he's not really trying to talk. And, you know, he's been lying to her this whole time. Not lying to her. He been keeping the truth from her. He been leaving out facts. And she's hurt because, yes, you're my manager, because I made you my manager, but we're supposed to be friends at the end of the day. And you kept something this important from me. Why? Because you didn't trust me with this information. So she hurt by that. And I was like, I can understand why she hurt, especially because of everything that you and Preach have been through, and the fact that this whole time that you haven't had Spencer in your life, it's been you and Preach for the most part, you know, apart from you and Layla. It's been you and Preach. So she felt that they were a lot closer in a way that you should be able to tell me something of this magnitude, you know, and he ain't do that. So girl was hurt, understandably. These are some of the scenes I really appreciate. The ones with Mama Grace and Spencer where, you know, they have the heart to heart. And that's what they were having in this moment where they're getting ready for the wedding and everything. And Spencer wants to know what she sees in Carter. And, you know, she's a little hesitant at first because why? But really he wants to know because, you know, he was reminded that he sees the good in people, which he does. I'll give him that. He always tries to find the good in someone and not what he's seeing in that moment. But for Carter, for some reason, it's hard for him to try to see any good. So he wants to know, what does she see in him? And Mama Grace, she was standing by her man. She was like, I accept him, flaws and all, you know. And she was listing off everything that she finds within her man, from him being a good daddy to him still hurting from his trauma. She was like, I accept it all. I was like, Oh, I feel like him actually hearing it from his mom's, because it's his mama. He respects her. He loves her. So for her to let him know what she sees in this guy that she's dating and someone who he didn't have any real positive feelings for before this moment here, you know, it was great for him to hear because it helped him to see him in a different way after hearing what she saw within Carter. And I was like, that's right. You changed the way he see him because that's about to be his future daddy and he don't even know it. Yo, I was like, I don't care how many times it take, Liv. You keep telling this girl that Carrie crazy, because she was like, girl, I came to see you and she told me that you were sick. And Layla, she was just like, because she ain't know. She was in her head, she was like, I wasn't sick. She said I was sick. My girl Liv, she be snitching out here. Y'all know she be snooping, she be snitching. 2 S's, S&S, that be Liv. I was like, yes, Liv, you let her know because I don't care. And now her eyes are starting to open up ever since this girl, she popped up out of nowhere with her little dress in hand and talking about, oh, why are you doing this? They don't care about you when it's your business. You know, so she's starting to catch on now. So now you could try to tell her again, and that's why she did, because she realized something seemed a little off between her and Carrie right now. So let me try to let my friend know, my real friend, that this girl's crazy. And now Layla, she ready to listen. I was like, yes, because it's been too long. Y'all, Ashton got so good. I mean, y'all remember how he was season 1, season 2. He was annoying. And I didn't really like him that much. But this last season, my man, he been grown. Wait. Hold up. Yeah, what happened to Nessa? When was the last time we saw... Wait, when was the last time we saw Nessa? How we left off with Nessa? Her mama was just in the last episode. Her daddy was just in the last episode. Her daddy. He was there. We ain't see him. But where's Nessa? Either I missed something or I'm just blanking because I have no idea where this girl is. But anyway, you know, we had Nessa for him really quickly, and that apparently Nessa, she MIA, so that's not happening right now for him. But even still, my man Asher, y'all see his little speech that he was, it wasn't even a speech, it was just a little combo, bro to bro, between him, Spencer, and Jordan. And it was so wholehearted, and I was like, I can't wait till they go to college, y'all. This is about to be some good stuff, man. So Spencer's going up to Carter, and he wants to talk to him. Basically, he's ready to give him a chance, you know? Let me get to know him on a different level, outside of school, outside of being just Principal Carter, because my mama's seeing him, and she sees something in him. So let me just give him a chance, which, talking to Principal Carter, he can see that he's not who he really thought he was, you know? Yes, that was him. That was him in the past. He regrets many of those things, and that's not who he is today, and that he's also been working to better himself and to do better for Crenshaw as well. So, you know, progress. Yo, let me get Liv as my friend, because, okay, so when Layla comes to see Simone, right, she got her little bouquet and everything ready. This girl Simone's having a full-on panic attack. She don't want to do this. She not ready, y'all. The girl is ready to dip. Yo, Liv does not want to hear it. She's like, now you want to freak out? Where was all this in Vegas? When we were trying to stop you in Vegas? Yo, not a care in the world. No sympathy. None. The girl, I was like, dang, Liv. Yo, and Layla, she's just like, Liv, now's not the time. And poor Simone. Simone can't even clap back because Simone is panic attacking. She can't even think of a comeback. Can't even think of one. She not ready. So Layla has to be the, see, oh, that's also why, y'all, okay. I said when they got ready, they could be friends again, Liv and Layla. Because look, they're also like night and day. Liv is like the, I'll come at you. Also, I mean, she wasn't really like that in the beginning. This is how she's grown over the seasons, because Liv, season 1, her clapbacks were not this strong, and her attitude was, it was not this strong either. And now look at her, my girl. She know who she is. She know what she wants. And no, that's it. No one's going to be walking over Liv from this point on. Girl was like, nope. And this is my brother, my twin brother at that. You walking down that aisle. So, but whereas Layla is, you know, she done been to therapy. She done been to rehab. She's working on herself and everything. She's more, I don't want to say understanding, but she's more, you know, calm about everything, and let me hear you out. She's like a therapist. That's what she is. Let me hear you out. Talk to me. Let me see how I can help you. Liv was just like, no, like, you wanted to do this, you did this, so now you're gonna redo this, solidify it, because you put yourself in this situation in the first place, and we tried to give you an out. We tried to stop you. You ain't want to hear it. I was just like, yo, no chill. She had no chill, and she was just sitting back fuming. She still ain't even care. When Layla was just like, Liv, she was just sitting there staring. I was just waiting for it. This marriage, not happening. This girl Simone, she went out, they took her out so that way she could meet up with Jordan and talk to him. Talk it out with Jordan. He'll understand, you know. Such a great conversation. I mean, it's sad. No, it's not. It's not sad that they're not getting married. I'm cool with this, because she gotta go. She got things to do. And Jordan, he has dreams. He has life that he needs to live and figure out. So, nope, this marriage, it didn't need to happen. So she goes to talk to him, and she's basically saying, had we not been married, had we just been boyfriend and girlfriend, would you still go to Brixton with me? And he's starting off with, I love you, I'm in love with you. But that's not the question. The question is, had we not been married, would we be trying to make long distance work, or would you drop everything and move across the country with me to this other school? When you really think about it, when he really thinks about it, no, he wouldn't. He would try to do the long distance relationship, which they come to the conclusion that that's what they want to do, is cancel this wedding and basically go back to where it all started for them, which is just boyfriend and girlfriend, because they both have things that they want to do separately. And if things do work out where they come together and they end up getting married down the line, perfectly fine. But right now they're young and they can use this time apart to go after what it is they each truly want, which for her is Springston, for him is somewhere in California. So let's put a halt on this wedding. We're not breaking up for now, but we are going to just strip everything back to where we started and build from there. So I was like, yes, go tell all of them guests they gotta go, because no wedding today. Well, not for them. Well, mama being tight though, because now she wanted to put this wedding on for the sake of their family and to have something to show, like an actual wedding, and now she can't do that. That's what she get, her annoying self. But Jordan's talking to Spencer, Liv, and Asher about him and Simone's decision and the fact that they decided to annul the marriage because it's less pressure for them going into college if they don't have to worry about being a married couple. Their only worry is, we're boyfriend and girlfriend and we're doing long distance. This isn't my wife now who I have to do all these extra steps because I feel obligated to, because we're married. He don't gotta do all that. She don't gotta do all that. So they don't have that added pressure. And they're doing, he says, what works for them because they love each other. Rules be damned and all. But the whole time, well, it's not the whole time, but it felt like it was the whole time, because you could just sense the string that's trying to pull Spencer and Liv together. And when we get the little glance over, this conversation is letting y'all know these are signs leading up to the fact that you're wasting time. This is your time right now. So take this opportunity and this example from Jordan. Life is short. You need to go after what you want, and what you want right here, right next to y'all, right next to you. He right here, she right here. You was just up in the room with her. You was just up in college with her for the weekend. You had so many opportunities to just tell each other how you really feel once again, and that you want to go forward with this relationship. Rules be damned, everybody else's feelings be damned, because I want you, you want me, and that's how it's gonna be. My girl, she went up in that studio because Carrie was still there, psycho, and talking about, yeah, I was going over your notes, make sure everything was good. Girl, that is not your job. She be overstepping, and she crazy. So Liv girl, she done let Layla know how Carrie is, how she been acting, and now Layla, she done seen the signs. She done opened her eyes, so she's starting to see. So my girl, she go up in the studio and she was just like, she got her, she alert, and she knows she needs to do something now, because it's gonna get out of hand if she don't do something. So she was just like, oh, I'm gonna get some food because I didn't get to eat. She let her know, wedding, what wedding? It ain't happened. So can I use your phone? So she gets the phone and she goes scrolling through. I thought she was gonna scroll through and see all the missed calls from her mama. I don't know why they didn't do it that way, but she scrolls through and gets her mama's number. I said, yup, call the mama, girl. That's what we've been waiting for. My man Billy, y'all, he knew the error in his ways. He not only worked on fixing those issues with not only Laura, but the kids, his family overall, but also took the time, him and Laura, to work on rebuilding their relationship. And now they're ready to try again. I was like, I'm ready for this. Can we get the Baker household just as one whole unit again? Because he's sorry. He know what he did was wrong, and he knows that he hurt his family, and he was working so hard to get them back. And Laura, she knew she still loved him this entire time, but she was hurt because how could you do do that to me, and I took that girl kidding. But now they done worked on their family and building back their relationship with each other. And at first it started just as co-parenting, and then slowly working up to a friendship, and then those feels are still there. I still love you, so let me come sneaking in, and now let's put this family back together completely. And I'm all for it because I love them. Billy and Bora. That name is not sticking because that sounds a mess. See now with Mama Laura and Papa Billy's ceremony, where the kids are there, how it compares to Jordan and Simone's marriage scene from Vegas, where the stairs were taking place between Spencer and Liv. In Vegas, we had the flashbacks that were taking place as he's looking at her. You see all the moments that he's thinking of where he's realizing how he fell in love with her, and then the same with her, all her moments that she's recalling with him and how the love story happened on her end, basically. Whereas in this scene, you still, well, I don't know if you got it, but it still felt the same in a way, because we've seen all of that, and then from the point in Vegas leading up until this point, all the moments that they've had, just because now how they truly feel is out in the open, and the fact that they haven't been able to jump into this relationship with each other because of all of these outside things that they were taking into account, and so they weren't going for it. So just knowing everything that they've been through leading up until this point, and the look that they're giving each other, because we know what they've been through, and we've seen how their love story played out before this, leading up to when they did tell each other that they love each other. It was so beautiful, y'all. I was like, it's so nice to see, because it felt like Vegas all over again. And before, they were realizing that they both were in love with each other, but in this moment, they know that that love that they realized back then is still there, and that they both still feel it with all their heart, and they're doing everything in their power not to act on it. Yo, I see this Billy and, well, I hope that this Billy and Carter friendship, I really hope it becomes an actual thing, because I think it'll be cool. So when he comes to see Spencer with Billy at Spencer's house, and we find out that the board has now decided no longer to convert Crenshaw into a magnet school, but then also that Carter is going to take over the principal role officially. And I was just like, yeah, I'm with this, because I'm starting to like him now. And the fact that him and Billy are getting along, and him and Spencer have made nice, and now he's dating Mama Grace. Yo, season 4, this is about to be so good. So Preach brings his daughter to the park to meet Coop, and off in the cut we see Mo, right? And she peeking over, and not only, as she's texting, because they got something up for Coop in Vegas, and I'm just like, dag, I hope Lily don't get caught in the crossfire. I'm thinking, y'all, this might not be her baby. I don't know. Alright, maybe it is her baby, but a small part of me, not even a small part, a good part of me feels like she probably hired this girl, because this girl also, she been acting a little weird. The little daughter, and the way she be hugging, she don't even do like the whole hug, she do little side hugs and everything, and the way she be talking be seeming a little off sometimes, like she can't have full conversations normally. It seems very rehearsed sometimes, a lot of the times. Mo probably hired this kid, or it's probably a family member's kid that she claiming is her and Preach's kid, and I doubt he had some sort of DNA test done, so he don't know. He probably just taking a little girl word for it, and it's not really his baby, and Mo using him just because this is her way of getting at Coop. He wasn't trying to fall for the other way, so let me fake like he got a baby with me, and he can't deny his child. I mean, he could, but we know Preach now, he not about to deny that baby because he think it's his. So my girl Lele, now, it's about time, y'all. She calls mom's Carrie's mom's, and she was just like, hey, Carrie's been staying with me. This girl, she was like, I know y'all kicked her out. She was like, we ain't kick her out. I know that was her face. We didn't kick her out. My daughter crazy. She even told her, my daughter got issues, so you need to watch yourself. She was like, tell me where you are and we'll come meet you. And this girl, Layla, she bugging. She was just like, oh no, let me handle it, please. I'll try to get her to come to you. She know that is not about to happen. I don't know what this girl thinking, but we gonna find out. So, and listen, I know Layla, she's gonna try her best to, now that she knows what's up with Carrie, to get her back to her parents and everything. But this girl Carrie is crazy. She has no chill. So once she gonna figure out what's up. She gonna know Layla's up to something, and she gonna do something to my girl. I know it. I feel it, y'all. Up in Vegas. The fact that Jordan and Liv can have those brother and sister conversations that are like heart to hearts, basically. So when she's sitting in the kitchen and she's talking to him because she wants the relationship with Spencer, but she's worried about her jumping into a relationship with him, how that would affect her recovery process. And Jordan's telling her, you know, Spencer's the type of person, whereas he would only help you with your recovery because that's the kind of person he is, and you want to find someone who isn't going to hinder you in any sort of way, but who's going to love you and continue to help you with what you're going through, which for her it's Spencer, and he knows that. So he's telling her to just go after what she wants. So when she shows up on my man's doorsteps, and they were both dressed up for each other too, I mean casual dress, but it was nice casual. And this girl, her confidence now is crazy. So even her just walking in and she's like, what happened, you know, with Brankston, where we were just going to live in a moment for the most part. And, you know, he be sweet sometimes. He was like, I didn't want to affect your recovery. And she was like, well, what if I told you I could be in a relationship with you and still do my recovery? I was like, that's right, girl. Multitask. And he was just like, well, yeah. All for it. Both of them. All for it. And you know what? She went and got her man. Her man got her. Y'all, we set. We good now. They together. But Lele, I don't know how she gonna take it when she find out. And she better find out in the season finale. I don't know. She gonna have too much going on with Carrie, y'all. So we gonna see. But season finale is next week, which is about to be crazy because we got so many things to finish out. Simone, she about to dip out. How we gonna close out her and Jordan? We know they about to break up. Jordan, him and Lele, gotta make this happen, but that's not coming until season 4. I'm gonna let y'all know. And then my girl Lele, she about to, I don't know, something gonna happen with her and Carrie, and I think it's gonna happen to her by Carrie because that girl Carrie, crazy. And then Coop about to get set up. She don't even know it because now she over here trusting Mo. I don't know why. So this season finale about to be a mess, but you know what? It's gonna be a good mess because y'all, it's about to be drama. But then also at the same time, like, Dad, Lele and Liv, they just started working on their relationship. So I'm hoping at this point, Lele is so far along in her, you know, just therapy and bettering herself that she won't care that Liv is pursuing this relationship with Spencer, because the banding's already been ripped off. She already told her that, well, she already knows that they're in love with each other. So what did you expect? They were going to get together at some point. You can expect them to be in love with each other and not get together. So, I mean, my girl, she'll be too distracted by Carrie to really care too much about Liv. And she going to need Liv anyway when Carrie do whatever it is that she going to end up doing to my girl. Because Liv going to be the one that's going to be there for her. And then she going to go tell Spencer all about it. But yeah, that is everything for this week's episode, you guys. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.